doctor said I should give up sports, but I'm going to be an Olympic ski jumper.
No.
No.
No. You're not going to give up, are you?
Well, no, actually.
The plot of Eddie the Eagle it's a story about a young man who, from a very... Well, no, it's a story about a middle-aged... No, it's a story about a young man who, from a very young age, dreams of being an Olympian.
Where do you think you're going, young man?
The Olympics.
You better take this, put your medals in.
Thanks, Mum.
Back then, before the Eddie the Eagle rule, which exists now in the Olympics, you just had to be the best in your country at any particular sport.
That's the beauty of it. They've not updated the rules for 52 years.
So he finds himself becoming a ski jumper because no one had jumped since 1927. So basically, he was, as long as he could land one jump, he qualified for the Olympics, and that was it.
I heard you were a champion, so I was thinking maybe you could give me a few tips.
Give up? There's one for free.
He picks up this very, very reluctant coach, and it's a story about a guy who never gives up, and ultimately, it's a lovely theme that you don't have to win to be a winner in life.
I've decided I'm going to the Olympics in Calgary.
I'm to watch it on TV.
Well, I'm not going to watch, I'm going to jump.
You know what?
I remember this story when I was a kid. He was like a folk hero because he was sort of that everyman who was doing the craziest thing on the planet. He'd hardly ever jumped in his life, and we were just enamored. So the moment I got the script, I was like, oh, I love this story.
Watch this guy, #2 in the world. And he knew what he was doing.
We had an audition together, and I was just immediately blown away by Taron. Obviously, I'd seen him in Kingsman, but I presumed a guy who's the lead in an action franchise playing Eddie the Eagle. I was like, I don't know who could pull that off. And by the way, apart from this guy, I still don't know who else could pull that off.
Could you open my water for me? I've moisturised my hands, I'm not weak.
When I said big action movie star, you know, you just blew it. I can't open my Evian bottle.
It's moisturised.
Because I've got moisturised hands.
Hand
Yes.
lotion. No.
Don't touch the bottle. Sir. Don't touch it.
Want your moment, Eddie Edwards? I can get you your moment. It's gonna hurt like hell. For both of us.
You will never be Olympic material.
Hands up, that was my fault.
The comedy in the film is all very, very truth-based. It's not slapstick or over the top. And I think Taron's performance is just phenomenal because it's charming and funny and goofy and yet still kind of weirdly cool in a way.
And where do you think you're going?
The Olympics.
I thought you might need this.
I basically made it my aim for the whole shoot to try and make Hugh laugh at any and every given moment. Because I wanted to see him corpse, I wanted to make him become professional.
Okay, is this not fair?
Some guy dropped $10 on the street and you were to pick it up. Would that be theft?
Yes.
What if you didn't know it was missing?
Then I'd give it to charity or something.
Eddie, you are a charity.
I spent quite a lot of time with Eddie before we started to get into his mindset and sort of understand his complete passion for this sport. And I watched a lot of footage of him from back in the late 80s. I also had to learn to ski because I'd never skied before, which was also great, a bit scary, but fantastic. Could you give me a push, please? A push? He's a lot higher than I expected.
My character is fictional. Almost all of the story is true, but let's not let the truth get in the way of a good story, right? For a screenwriter, you have one main character, you have to have someone to play off. So we invented this coach. In truth, I think he sort of just picked up tidbits of knowledge on the circuit.
You're a disgrace to the sport.
Good.
Personal best, and we're a disgrace.
I don't really have any great actor's process. I spend a lot of time thinking about it before I start. I wanted to try and get his underbite a bit. But I'm a great believer in just being alive to what's there when you arrive. So your fellow actors, your environment, and allowing it to form as it happens. That's a really kind of high and arty way of saying that I just kind of wing it.
Your jump doesn't count.
Because you just changed the rules. Don't I have a right to represent my country?
No.
I had a wonderful experience screen testing, and shooting was honestly one of the best times of my life, right through to now sharing it with the world. It has just been such a wholly positive, brilliant, fun-filled experience.
I'm really proud of Eddie the Eagle. It's a really soaring tale about a guy who kind of shocked the world, and it's one of those inspirational stories that's a good time.
As your coach, I think you're crazy. But as your friend, fly. You're Eddie the Eagle.